Do you know that when you go to the doctor, he can usually tell what's wrong with you by observing your symptoms? Well, everything in this world has signs and symptoms, even geniuses. If you're healthy, your body shows the signs of health. If it's summer or winter, the weather changes and offers other qualities. This is how every genius has some characters, though many people are unaware of them. In this video, I will share signs that may indicate that you are a genius. I'll also share some real-life examples to help you better understand each sign. Sign number 1. You regularly converse with yourself. Talking to yourself has long been associated with crazy people. But as it turns out, it's not only completely sane. But if you find yourself holding conversations with yourself, it might mean you are a genius. Psychologists Daniel Swigley and Lupia gave 20 people the name of an object which they were then told to find in the supermarket. During the first set of trials, the participants were silent, and in the second set, they repeated the object's name out loud as they looked for it in the store. According to the results, they found the object with greater ease when they spoke to themselves while searching. Saying things out loud sparks memory. It solidifies the end game and makes it more tangible. Talking to yourself also means that you are self-reliant, like Albert Einstein, who was highly gifted and acquired early in his life the ability to exploit his talents. People who talk to themselves are highly proficient and can count on themselves to figure out what they need. Sign number 2. You're constantly curious. The thirst for knowledge is a common trait among geniuses. Leonardo da Vinci, Marie Curie, Nikola Tesla, all these great minds had one thing in common. They were incredibly curious. The truth is, they didn't just want to know, they needed to. Does this sound like you? Are you someone who never stops asking questions, always digging deeper, refusing to be satisfied with surface-level answers? Because that might just be the spark of genius within you. Genius minds are always searching, never quite quenched, always yearning to unravel the next mystery or to grasp the next big idea. Sign number 3. You take frequent sleep. Research studies suggest that frequent sleep makes you rejuvenate your brain and makes you smarter. Most geniuses have perfected the power nap. Both Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison were famous advocates of this principle. The power nap is a concept that determines that you could get about 20 minutes worth of naps to recharge and reset your brain in a working mode quickly. This fights off fatigue temporarily, allowing you to keep on working for longer. Of course, there are certain limits. Failing to do so would place you in a state of particularly harmful sleep deprivation. Sign number 4. You are funny. Comedians consistently score higher on IQ tests than the average population, according to a study from the 1970s. Male comedians averaged 138, female 126, and the general population between 90 and 110. A good sense of humor is also linked to creativity, better talking skills, and being more sexually attractive. Sign number 5. You are single. Intelligence is going to help you get really far in life. However, you might find that there is one aspect of your existence where intelligence might actually be holding you back from succeeding. If you have been a perpetually single person your whole life, then it's likely that you actually chose to be that way. But nowadays, you see so many people around you who are falling in love and getting into relationships. You're also slowly starting to discover that maybe your intelligence is what is stopping you from actually getting into one. You are always just waiting for the perfect one to arrive because you don't want to be taking your chances on just anyone. Based on a study that was conducted by the British Journal of Psychology, people who are highly intelligent tend to be a lot unhappier when they are forced to socialize with people they don't like. Sign number 6. You embrace failures. Most people shy away from failure, but this behavior doesn't fit in with the folks we are talking about today. Do you want to know a common misconception? Most times we hear about geniuses, we tend to see them as special beings born with such talent or innate traits. However, most geniuses are shaped by a complex and numerous array of failures. As Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the genius perspective on failure. If you find yourself unperturbed by failures and instead take them as stepping stones towards success, then you might be more of a genius than you think. Sign number 7. You are extremely messy. Being messy is a sign of a personality that is more spontaneous and less planning ahead. Researchers at the University of Minnesota recently tested how well students came up with new ideas when working in orderly versus disorderly work areas. The study showed that participants in the messy room generated the same number of ideas for new uses as their clean room counterparts. But their ideas were rated as more interesting and creative when evaluated by impartial judges. Here's what Albert Einstein said about a messy desk: "If a cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind, then is an empty desk a sign?" Being messy means you're unconventional and out of the tradition to do things in order. If you're messy, who cares? It also means you're too busy exercising your brains and your creativity. Sign number 8. You are a night owl. A study done at the University of Madrid found that night owls had higher IQs, earned more, and led more comfortable lives than those who bounce out of bed in the mornings. Sign number 9. You have very pronounced nails. Experts seem to think that being a genius does have a physical manifestation. Another possible indicator of the hidden genius within you is the size of your nails. It is the half-moon shape of the base of your fingernail. It is widely regarded by many that having a large lunula is a sign of being a genius. While this may seem a bit more far-fetched and true than psychological healthy living, lunula is highly regarded by experts and traditional Chinese medicine as an indicator of good health, energy, and immunity. Sign number 10. You swear a lot. The use of taboo language or swearing is more commonly known as a sign that the speaker lacks vocabulary, or he can't express themselves less offensively, or even lacks intelligence. Studies have shown that swearing may display a more rather than less intelligent use of language. A study by psychologists from Marist College found links between how fluent a person is in the English language and how fluent they are in swearing. To test this, they asked volunteers to think of as many swear words as they can in a specified amount of time. They also asked the same volunteers to think of words that start with a specific letter. It was found that the people who scored highest on the verbal fluency test also tended to do best on the swearing fluency task, and vice versa. Sign number 11. You have a wild imagination. Lastly, let's talk about imagination. Some great minds have argued that imagination is more important than knowledge. Do you often find yourself lost in your thoughts, conjuring up new ideas, or envisioning scenarios? Geniuses often have incredibly active and vibrant imaginations. They dream up new ideas, envision novel solutions, and are capable of thinking outside the box. Having a wild and vivid imagination is definitely something geniuses share. The ability to imagine, to dream, and to create is a hallmark of a truly brilliant mind. I hope you enjoyed learning about these traits geniuses have. But remember, being a genius is not just about high IQ scores or prodigious talent in a single field. It's a complex amalgamation of traits, skills, and abilities, many of which are reflected in everyday behaviors and attitudes. So if you're recognizing these signs within yourself, celebrate your geniusness. After all, it's part of what makes you, uniquely and wonderfully, you. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Subscribe and comment below. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching.